Alright guys, we are back for round number 4. Maybe I'm just gonna upload each individually. Maybe that's even easier for you to watch. And then we can talk about each matchup as we go along. So what we figure out here against these company decks, relying on 6 discard spells might be too many. You do need the value, just the pure value of counter spell. Just fighting them on the ground without an Anger of the Gods oftentimes isn't enough. So these slots could of course also just be an Anger of the Gods, but you know, Anger of the Gods is not good against Living End. So you always have your upsides and downsides. Yeah. Let's give you as well. Oh, turn 1 Sash Provision. That's pretty heavy. Gonna fetch here for another black source in order to prepare the Liliana. Inquisition's definitely gonna be high up on our priority ranking here. And with the other Serum Visions, we're gonna look for Nimble Obstructionist. We don't have that much time to find one anymore, but nonetheless we need to look for it. Oh, it's a Jeskai list even. Jeskai with Sash Provision, interesting. Nope, that is not what we need. Tarpit is probably good enough. So 2 more. Oh my god. Another one. Yeah, I'm just gonna look for it. If we don't find a Nimble, then we're just gonna deploy Liliana. Well, counter magic is also not bad, right? Up until now, we think that he doesn't have a counter spell, unless he draws one during the next turn. Oh, that was a lightning bolt. Oh, interesting. I was confused by the multicolor thing there. So the bad thing is that we need to exile all of our graveyard to a logic knot here in order to be able to counter it. Or he just goes for Field of Ruin and makes it a little bit easier for us. Yep. I'm gonna fetch a red source in order to deploy Piankir and Lar during the following turn. So let's hope he didn't draw a counterspell. So the thing is, it might be appropriate to keep up the lightning bolt here 4, 5. Because if he does have a counterspell and he follows it up with, like, say, a Jace or something, then we need to be able to. Alright. Or he just goes with the Teferi. Okay. So it's gonna be that. I think if anything, I want to be fighting on his upkeep. That opens us up for a Alright, he found a counterspell. Alright. So we're fighting the ultra value engines here again. Man. And Central Vision is really tough to beat. No fucking way. Alright, just colonnade. So he's got nothing going on. Probably doesn't have. Yeah, I mean the Ancestral Vision is gonna hit us here. This way or that way. We can Snapcaster and then Logic Knot for 4, but that's not enough. So we're just gonna go with PQ and LR here and try to outgrind him in an unlikely turn of events here. So we won everything up until now, and yet still we're probably gonna fall way behind here. He's got another one. Or is he just attacking with the colonnade? Alright, sure. So depending on what we draw, Terminate is a good draw. Thought seizing here seems pretty good in order to protect our terminate. Yeah, he does have a remand. He also does have a path to exile. So he only has one black source. One red source, I mean. Lightning Helix could be the take here, but then if he goes end of turn, kills our Thopter token, we're just stranded. Yeah, he goes into our face. Now maybe we shouldn't have taken the remand there. But if he draws another land, remands our Terminate, and kills our Thopter token, then we just take 4, and that would be just as bad. So going for Liliana there would also not have been a good play. Therefore, I think this was still the best line of play, given the situation at hand. But we do find ourselves in a dire spot here. If he's snapcastering here, I mean, we do have a logic knot up. Sure. I'm doing this pre-combat because I don't want him to. I should have done it in the beginning of combat stop. Yeah, because I don't want him to attack and then still be able to use his mana. And we could be using a Liliana here. So probably just a black source. Yeah. So if he has a Snapcaster Mage off the top, then we die. But if he does have a Snapcaster Mage in hand, then we are making a good trade here. Just a Path of Exile. Okay, so our opponent should have a couple of dead draws in his deck. 2 Ancestral Visions, a couple of lands. And once we can untap, Cryptic Commands gives us a little bit of flexibility. Okay, this way we can Snapcaster Mage here and just bolt him. Have a Cryptic Command as a backup. Supreme Verdict. I think I'm gonna. No, that wasn't it. Return and draw a card. This way the verdict isn't really doing anything. Can discard. He discarded Path to Exile, which he couldn't play because he had to tap the white source. And I think, like, if we can ultimate Liliana, I'm just gonna take away all his red sources. Having Liliana here is really fortunate for us, I gotta say. Yeah, I mean, probably just taking the Nimble here. Is that a Snapcaster Mage? Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Now, taking the Nimble. Demons, okay. So let's see. If we do not shock this, then we cannot go Colligan's Command, Upkeep, or Draw Step. So we actually shock this. Draw Step, Colligan's Command, return, and discard. Just Naren Misa, sure. He knows about our 2 cards in hand. Yeah, this still leaves us up with a counter spell. I mean, we don't even need to tick it up. We do have a decent clock, we do have a counter spell. Okay, another Field of Ruin. At this point, he's just doing this to generate, like, to thin out his deck. Don't even think that he has another. Yeah. Oh no, he plays a second island. Sure. Really cannot use the polluted delta here. Okay, I think we should have it. He's discarding here. That means... Okay, that was just a counter spell. He needs to have something, and we still have the Snapcaster Mage. A Supreme Verdict. That certainly is something that is good. But let's see. So, I mean, we need to let this resolve anyway. Can now go end of turn. Could go Snapcaster Mage for 3 Colligan's commands. Snapcaster Mage and then Colligan's command again, yeah. Return and 2 damage. can also just play the Snapcaster. Yeah, that was a tough race here. Fortunately, he still doesn't know about a lot of our cards. I think I'm gonna bring in the Fairy Macabres here. I'm definitely gonna bring in the Fulminator Mages. Let's see. So we need this. Probably on this. These. And this one is also good. 10 cards. Don't think there are 10 cards that we want to take out necessarily. 2. Okay, 5. 5 is pretty good already. These cards. Let's see here. Nimble is especially potent because of the Ancestral Visions that he's playing main. Alright, one more card. It's probably going to be a Terminate. Because yes, they do have stuff that we need to get rid of with our Terminates, but we also boarded in Fulminator Mages, therefore we have a little bit of flexibility. Alright. A lot of lands and Ancestral Vision. Yeah, right. We do have 3 black sources already, so we're just looking for blue here. And then we're fighting in his turn about the Ancestral Vision, which we probably won't win. Followed it up with a Pier and Kiran Lar. Okay. And try to get back into the game that way. Unless, of course, you know, there's always Nimble option. And our opponent is playing like, he's playing Jeskai, super value. I'm trying to be as cautious as possible with our mana, with our life total. That's why I'm not shocking here at any given point in time. It was actually quite fortunate. I expect him to not have had any more spells in his hands than he just, you know, showed us. So now we could shock for him to, like, yeah, I think we need to. If he wants to go end of turn, Cryptic Command, bounce a land in order to protect his. And he just goes with an Electrolyze. Probably in order to find counter magic. Okay. So let's see. I mean, we need to be fighting about this. We cannot just let it resolve, even if we are running into 5 open mana. Him using the Electrolyze, of course. Mana leak? I mean, he needs to have another counter anyway, so it doesn't matter if we play this or this. So we're just gonna pay. At least we're getting a little bit of value here. Logic Knotting for 1. Sure. And this is not perfect, but it's also not the worst. At least we got a 2-for-1. Oh my god. And where's our fucking Nimble when we need it? Okay, I'm definitely going after the Electrolyze here. And yet another Mana Leak, or you just drew it. I mean, both is possible. Well, we do have superior counter magic, which is really important. Mana Leak's basically a dead card. Path to Exile is basically a dead card. And yes, 2 more lands. Don't think like Mana Leak in a deck where you're playing Ancestral Vision, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's really weird. Alright, let's have a look first. Collective Brutality will be important down the road, but right now, don't think that we want to have it. Oh no, we can play it, sure. If he wants to activate Colonnade in order to trade with something, that's still fine. Happy to trade a land and like half of one card. For Colonnades. That's even worse. Like, I don't understand why you would do that. But, you know, still a V. Okay, at least that thing's still gonna take 2 turns. And at that point, we will have 2 counter spells up. We could also go this turn like for a Thoughtseize. Pathing it now. Sure. So he has a Mana Leak that doesn't do anything. He needs 2 more counter spells in order for us. Like, we use 4 or 6, we have exactly enough counter mana to circumvent the Mana Leak. Playing Snapcaster here, like, something tells me that I want to be playing Snapcaster, and so I will. But I won't be Thoughtseizing. Just want to have something on the board. Patreon Alarm, sure. So this one to the bottom, this one probably to the top, right? Still no Nimbles, like the most important card in this matchup, and we just can't find it. Alright, so he's using his Ghost Quarter in order for us to not find the Zero Visions. So he thought it was maybe a counterspell or something, but it wasn't. And I don't actually mind losing our One Ring Fumarole here. Just grabbing an island. Maybe we'll find a Nimble then. Oh, come on. Alright. So, this is one chance. He has 3 cards in hand. If all of them are counter spells, then he can do something here. But we're already blanking one of them. Therefore, and even if he can manage to counter everything here, he wants to leak. Oh no, he wants a Logic Knot. Alright. So Logic Knots. So I expect him to not have anything else than the Mana Leak that he does have in hand. I mean, he also didn't have any, like, you know, Serum Visions or any cantrips, so he actually didn't have any so our opponent, you know, being salty, of course, but alright guys, let's meet in the last round.